Otzel. Honey, I'm home.
Jack, I never thought I'd see you again.
Torn? What are you doing to my place?
We needed a southern HQ for the war. Plus, I kinda like the sign with the Otzel head outside.
Yeah, it's cool, huh?
We use it for target practice.
Hey!
Listen, I'm sorry we couldn't stop Count Viger. We all are.
We just saw Viger. He's trying to use precursor technology for something.
Figures. That guy always was one monk short of a choir. We have bigger problems now. Viger sent me on a suicide attack into the port, and we got cut off. Now we can't get back to Freedom HQ. Our forces are divided, and the KG and Metalhead fronts are squeezing us from both sides.
Never fear, the Trouble Twins are here.
Uh-oh. Speaking of trouble, we've got incoming blast bots from the KG City section. They're heading this way. Can you handle it, Jack?
Okay, so we got a little fear. But Jack is here.
We can't hold them off forever!
Great shooting, Jack. It's nice to have you back. Come back to the Naughty Otzel and let's talk about how we're gonna get our butts out of this mess.
We need more men. We lost this war a long time ago.
Ashlyn. Ashlyn, this is Dorn. Jack's back in the city.
Jack? I knew I could count on you.
That new KG leader's probably pissing in his... Wait, someone's jamming the signal. I think...
Errol.
I live! Still fighting for the weak link, Jack? Well, I've had a few enhancements since we last met. Even the metalheads have their biological weakness. But me? I'm pure metal. I'd love to meet you again.
We must unite our forces or we're through. You've got to reach us, Jack.
We need you to break through and link up with us before it's too late. The KG robots are growing stronger. That floating war factory of theirs is spitting out more robots every day.
We need to assault the KG front. If we can break through their defenses, we may be able to get back to HQ and link up. Care to make some noise, Jack?
We're always up for a little rumble. Hey, Dax?
Fish in a barrel, baby. Fish in a barrel. I'll handle this.
Find an eco charge to arm the missile. Go, baby, go! You got it in control, Daxter.
Let's bust a piece. Out of the way, Roadhog!
That's flying, buddy. The missile's almost fully armed. Keep going. One more eco charge to find. We've got some KG defenses we need eliminated. Super range sniper cannons are keeping our men pinned down. Jack, you need to find those hidden cannons and take them out. There's sure to be an enemy counterattack when they see what you're up to, so watch out. You know the routine.
Yeah, we do all the work. You get all the credit.
It's got a bead on you! Move! You took one out, now get the rest! Watch out! If those turbo cannons open up on you, you're history! maneuver better. I'd say we've got him worried.
Dexter! You're back! Oh, did that mean old desert burn your itty-bitty paws?
Hey, Test Baby, don't crush the merchandise. How's biz?
I'm designing new guns to help out the war effort.
You make guns now?
Yeah, I just finished this new gun. It sports a multi-port, large-bore, gyro-burst launcher with blowback breach assist, using full-jacket, eco-depleted armor-piercing slugs, and a continuous kill zone scanner for tight groupings at a high cycle rate of fire. It's a hobby. Not so fast. First, you have to prove you can protect my little schnookums in the new gun course. Not bad shooting, Jak, for a guy. Now, I want you to protect my little baby with this, or else I'll hunt you down and hurt you real bad. Okay?
Wow, I didn't know you had so much.
Jak, I need you to go into the sewers, into the Metalhead City section. We need to attack their hive from below, and the sewers are the only way in right now. We haven't been in those old passageways since the war broke out, but no scouts have reported movement down there.
That's a good thing, right?
I mean, no scouts have ever come back alive to tell us.
Oh. Ow! Still giving us the crappy missions, huh?
Dark, dirty, dangerous. I'm beginning to like this war.
Jack, this is Ashlyn. I'm glad you're back in the fight. You're behind enemy lines now, so watch yourself. I need you to take out a cache of Dark Eco near the Southport border. We have reports that the metalheads are using it to create terrible Dark Eco weapons to infect the city. We've got to stop that at all cost. Good luck, soldier.
Jack, my boy, Samos here. While you're near the entrance to South Haven Forest, could you please go check out reports of a dark eco infestation there? It seems someone is still experimenting with dark eco. If you find infected plants, you must destroy them before they spread. There are some ancient precursor pillars in the forest that may have a link to the catacombs. But if the metalheads overrun the place, we'll never know for sure. Make me proud.
Jak, you can kill those plants with your jet board. Just scoop up green eco energy and then lay it down over the plants.
Those precursor pillars are some of the oldest artifacts we've ever found. Marr wrote that there were some ancient ruins to the west that were activated by 5 special artifacts and revealed wondrous truths. I'll see what I can find out.
Jack.
Hey there, pretty boy. You ready to rock and rumble? I'll set the charges. You watch my ass. Let's roll! This baby's gonna blow! Keep me healthy while I blow this joint. Let's get out of here. Lay down fire while I leave a little present. Come on, man. We ain't getting any younger.
Sweet eco, Jack, you did it. You've got us deeper into KG territory.
Nice work, Jackie boy. I'm gonna go see what I can scrounge up. See you on the flip side.
Got word of a shipment of eco.
There's the vehicle. Let's go.
Faster, Doc boy! Head for the port!
Watch your tongue!
One missile down! Go fire up another decoy! Great! One more missile bites the dust! Yes! One more down!
Good work!
We got one more missile and no more decoys!
Drive toward the Nayatsu. We'll use the bar sign as the last decoy. You can make it. Crank that sign up to full brightness.
Hang on, Dax. It's gonna be close.
My beautiful moon!
Jack, we've got word of a new assault on the port. They're trying to take us out once and for all. The strange thing is, we're seeing movement from both the KG and Metalhead fronts. It's like they're working together. We've got to repel this assault or we're through. I hate to do this to you, but I'm putting you on the front line. You're my go-to guy. Stop any KG or Metalhead units from reaching this place. If we lose this one, we're history.
Go!
on the scope. You got company.
You got it! You got it!
Poison, I thought you could use a little help. You did it, Jak. You stopped the assault.
Dexter, my hero! This city is too dangerous. We need our own little place in the country. A little pink house with a white picket fence and a fireplace and a big 4-poster bed for me and a little osel run on the side of the house for you.
Aw, are you worried about me, my little Desi Boo?
Of course, my itty-bitty whisker puss.
Oh, please. Will you two take it outside?
You need a hug, Jak, because we got plenty to go around.
Rumor is, you two are the only hope we've got to reach the catacombs. I've programmed the gun course to simulate some of the new enemy tactics. Want to try it out? Not bad shooting, Dark Boy. Here's a nice boomstick for your sidekick, baby. Go give him hell, boys. Then come back, and I'll scratch you behind your ears.